What is going on, everybody? We are back. We are back. We are back. I'm just gonna get started here in 1 second. Let people start trickling in, because we're about to do some. We're about to rank some of these legendary cards from good to scruffy-looking Nerf herder, because it's not gonna be all good, y'all. So, I'm looking forward to it. Give everyone a few seconds to here to jump in. We'll get started. And then actually going to talk about some stuff I've been working on here and little side, and we'll get that going. All right. Give me a second here. We got ready to go. Action here. Okay. And let me know if you guys see me, hear me in the chat. Everything is good. Forgot to do one thing, guys. Sorry. Um, my studio here. Forgot to turn on a feature for the messages so I could see them. Okay. All right, all right. Hey, what's going on? It's turbo time. Let's see here. How's my stream looking good? All right. All right. Let me get a hello, what's up in the chat. Let me make sure everything's working on my side. Let me know if you guys hear me loud and clear. Let me know. All right. Okay. Loud and clear. Okay, perfect. All right, so what we're going to be doing right now today, we're going to be talking about some legendaries and ranking them. Right now we have them set. We got the whole set's been spoiled. There's too many cards to do Smash or Pass. So what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of weeks is going to be looking through all of the rares. We're going to start with the legendaries and rank them from Master Jedi, meaning these are meta defining. Jedi, you'll see some play. Padawan, maybe locals, and Scruffy Nerfy look harder. That means it's not good at all. Okay, so we're gonna start with the legendaries. We're gonna go through the rares next. Then we're gonna look through all together for each aspect. So we're gonna command what are the best cards, the top 10. That includes commons, uncommons, rares, and legendaries. Kind of get an idea of what's going on, and then we'll be looking at kind of doing some play testing with some of the decks that I've been designing. I do have a special giveaway though that I will be announcing right now. So we did reach our milestone of reading our subscriber goal, but we have to reach one more milestone for me to unlock some additional features on YouTube. So I'll be doing a giveaway. I need to reach a certain milestone within YouTube, but when I do, I can reach it maybe this month, but I think maybe even next month. The winner of this, when we hit this goal, will win a special card. And it's going to be this guy. This is the OB1 from the Sector Qualifiers. And he is going to be probably being used in the upcoming set because he's Force and he's Jedi. This whole set's around Force. So this is going to be the new giveaway, guys. Right here. You have a chance to win the OB1. The only thing you have to do is when I hit my milestone, you just have to be a subscriber. I'm just going to randomly select a subscriber. We'll do it live on the stream. I'll put it on a wheel and we're going to spin it. And whoever lands, I will message them and ask them for their address information. And I will be sending you this card just so that we can hit that milestone. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, you probably should subscribe to the channel. If you got any buddies that watch or play Star Wars Unlimited, send them my channel and have them subscribe. And obviously watch, because I think that's what we want. So this is a chance right here to get that win and get that cool card, because I think you would love to bling this out in one of your decks. So again, this is gonna be a giveaway, but yeah, it's gonna be a good card. Let me see, in case you guys haven't seen it, let me switch the scene real quick, just so that you can see it better. So, All right, so here is the Obi-Wan card. As I mentioned earlier, this is the card that I'll be giving away. We just have to hit one milestone so I can unlock more features within the YouTube channel itself. And whenever I hit that goal, I'm about, this watch hours, if you guys are asking, I'm about like 600-ish hours away. I could get it this month, I could get it next month, but the goal is to say thank you to the community who's been supporting the channel. We'll be giving away this Obi-Wan. It's a beautiful Obi-Wan. You only could have gotten it if you went to the sector qualifiers. I went to the Denver sector qualifiers and I got this one. So this is what we'll be getting you. All right. So let's switch back and let's get started. All right. So we're going to be looking at the legendaries. Unfortunately, with the tier lister, you can't really see the images that well. So I'll be using the going to the SWODB and bringing up the card itself. So the first one we have is Darth Vader. Remember, he's a 6-cost unit, 5 attack, 6 defense. He has Windblade, give a shield token to a friendly unit and to an enemy token. And on attack, defeat an enemy token with a shield token. Obviously, he's a legendary. Guys, if y'all watched my Smasher Pass last time, I already told you this is going to be the best legendary in the game. And you know what? I've already been playtesting a little bit with the new cards in a deck, which I can go over later on. And he's so busted. Like, you can even take out leaders. There was an opponent that had his Kylo unit completely decked out. The Kylo leader, he put 3 or 4 upgrades on him. And I was like, okay, if I can just survive the turn, I dropped a 2-cost Sentinel. He crashed the Kylo into it. My next turn, I was at the next I was like, I need Timely. I drew into a Timely, and I ambushed. I killed both his leader and his other unit at the same time with just Vader, and his Kylo leader was completely decked out. Yo, Darth Vader is extremely powerful. We're giving him the Master Jedi rank. This guy is a meta-defining card. He's also going to be the most expensive card in the game. I'm going to tell y'all that. Let me increase the font so everyone on screen can see this a little bit better. All right. So he's going to be the most expensive card in the game. I think he's going to be about a $40 legendary for just the normal card. 35 to 40. Your hyperspace is going to run you around 50 bucks. Hyperspace foil is going to be around 60 or 70. If he has prestige, his prestige I think will be around the same price as the hyperspace, and the prestige foil is going to be incredibly expensive. It depends though if the prestige is good, good. If it's a good art, because you know some of these prestige are not good at all. So let me know. Hey, so let me know, guys, if y'all guys in the chat. Do you guys think that Darth Vader is going to be tier S, or in this case, Master Jedi level? Next up, let's bring up Always 2. So Always 2 is, I'm also going to zoom in here so everyone can see better. So Always 2 is a 4-cost event. His aspects are Vigilance and Villainy. It says choose 2 friendly Sith units. If you do, give 2 shield tokens and 2 experience tokens to each of those units. Defeat all other friendly units. So I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really used this card, and I think it's a little expensive. It's a little hard to use it because by the time you actually want to have 2 Sith units on the board, you got to kind of build it very catered to a specific deck, and I'm not a fan of cards that are very catered to a deck because the keyword is Sith. And honestly, I feel like by the time you can use this card is a win more card as opposed to like something that, because by the time you have 2 Sith units that you can probably want to use this, I don't think it's that good. And then you got to kill all your other units. I have been playing a Vigilance deck and I don't even have this card in there. I don't know. I think it's very niche. With that being said, I'm going to put it in the Padawan tier because that's my niche tier. If you think it might work, maybe, but it might not. So I don't think it's that good. I don't think it's going to be a very costly legendary either. If you guys saw from the last set, from Jump to Lightspeed, We had so many legendaries just that weren't worth a lot of money. And unfortunately, I don't think this was going to be a very expensive legendary. I think it's very niche. All right, let's go on to the next one. So y'all guys can see we got Anakin. Anakin is, let me just bring up in a separate window. Anakin is a 6-cost ground unit. His aspects are just vigilance. He's a 5/7, traits Force, Jedi, and Republic. It says, when played, if there's a hero card in your discard, you may give a unit -3/-3. When played, if you have a villainy card in your discard, you may give a unit -3/-3. So, this card is actually pretty good. I've been using it. I have a predominantly villainy deck, so I'm only getting the -3/-3 value. But I can see the value of it if you can somehow construct the heroism Anakin, where you can that with that leader you can play you can play villainy cards without playing the aspect. Then he's very powerful. You're probably going to get the -6/-6 every single time. But if you're playing maybe just heroism and just villainy, you're probably only going to get the -3/-3. So I would put it in this Master Jedi tier, like, or tier S, but because it's very niche to be able to play both, I want to drop it here, right? And let me know if you guys think I'm wrong in the chat. Let me know, say something. But I'm going to put him here for now. All right, that doesn't mean he's stuck here. As we start going through the rest of the cards, we're gonna figure out what's what. All right, so let's go up to the next one. We got the Mythosaur. We have here, he is a 9-cost ground unit. He's a aspects is vigilance. He's a 10/10 shielded, and then friendly units can't be exhausted or returned to hand by enemy card abilities. Friendly leaders gain the Mandalorian trait. Well, this boy is thick. I mean, a 10/10 for 9 resources, and he comes in shielded, and then now your units. I think he's very powerful. The problem is getting to that cost. I know a Han 2, if you're running Han 2, you could get him out cheaper. But outside of Han 2, I don't see how you would want, how hard, it'll be difficult to get him out outside of Han 2. So when you start thinking about decks that can only be specific to like a certain leader, that's where I feel like the meta defining kind of drops. Now you're like, okay, you're good, but you're not like, yo, this is crazy good like Darth Vader is. With that being said, we'll go ahead and I'm gonna put him in the Jedi Knight tier. Is he better than Anakin? I don't think so. So I'll put Anakin up front here. Let me make this a little bit more bigger just so everyone else can make sure we can see it all right. All right. So we have there, that covers all of the vigilance leaders. Let's move on and let's look at the command legendaries. We have Supremacy next. Supremacy is a 12-cost space unit. It's a 12/12, has ambush, and all other friendly vehicle units get +6/+6. So that actually sounds like it's really busted, but first of all, how many people actually get to 12 resources, even with Piet out to give you that 2-cost discount? I don't think it's realistic. I haven't seen, I may have played one game with one of the locals at my LGS that he got his 11-cost ship out, and that's the only time I've seen a big ship out. I've never seen anyone get it played. So because of that, I think it's very, very niche to Piet. I don't even see a double command deck ramping up and being able to get that. So I'm gonna say that I'm sorry. I don't think this card is good at all. I don't think you'll see play at all. It's too expensive, and it's a win more card. I mean, if you're able to get to that point, I think you should have won the game already. But yeah, I don't think it's good. So we'll move on. Next up, we have Leia Organa. She is a 5-cost space unit. Aspects are command and heroism. It's a 5/5. It says, while this unit is in the space arena, she can't ready and gains action, use the force. Move this unit to the ground arena and give each friendly heroism unit +2/+2 for the phase. So I guess, so for 5/5, it's not bad, I would say. You do have to use your force, so that means you do have to have some way. You have to build the force, use the force to use it. Then moving her to the ground arena, I think is going to be really good because now you can buff all your hero units, give it +2/+2. So I'm wondering if you're running that Rex green, would you add in Leia Organa in that deck? Because maybe the next turn, if you just want to pump up all your units, you drop her over, and now you have +2/+2 across the board. You have your Rex out. You have everyone out there. I don't know. Because of that, I think it's. I don't think she's bad. I don't think she's great either. For some reason, the tier maker has two of them in here, but I'm in between. I feel like she's up here, but maybe come down here. I don't know. So what we'll do is I'm gonna put her up here, but I might have to move her as we keep going through this. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. Next one is we have Yoda. He is a 8 cost ground unit. Aspects are heroism and command. He's a 5/9. Says when played, you may use the force. If you do, heal 5 damage from a base, so you get a little bit of healing. And says when you use the force, you may deal damage equal to twice the number of units you control. So the when use ability isn't that great because that means you probably have to go kind of wide to really get some value out of it. But at the same time, if you are going to be using the force to play other units, if something's very close to dying, it's a very great way to just take something out with not having to use the event. So I think that is pretty good. Can you get a full big value? Not really, because if you only have like 2 units, you're only going to be able to do 4 damage, right? But 4 damage is still very, very good. It's a way of controlling. And that's actually pretty interesting with command that you're able to get that. But the 8 resource cost, that's to me is the craziness. 8 resources. I do think healing is very good in this game. As we all know, Vigilance, the double blue event is used a lot, and healing 5 on a base is huge. If you run with a playset of Yodas, you could potentially heal 15 damage on your base. If you're going Vigilance and Command, now you have Vigilance in there. You're probably going to pay the 6 resources for it. Now that's a potential another 15. That's almost 30 healing. So I think Yoda is a little expensive, but his ability is very, very good, right? But it is dependent that you're running off Force Generation. And Force Generation is a little slow in my opinion. And I don't think right now the Force is very powerful at the moment in my initial testings. I'm going to drop Yoda here, and we'll see where we go from there. Next up, we have the Oppo Rancis. He's a 3 cost double command. He's a 3/5. This unit gains ambush while another friendly unit has ambush. The same is for Grit, Hidden, Overwhelm, Saboteur, Sentinel, and Shielded. This gets raid 2 when another friendly unit has raid, and the same. Okay, so this guy just copies anything that's on the board. If you're going with a double command deck, this guy tells me he's a Rex, right? He's very niche to a deck that uses a lot of keywords because he gains the keywords. I think that's actually pretty good. For 3/5, you do have to pay, if you don't have double command, you're going to have to pay 5. Then a 3/5 is not worth it, but with the fact that you get all those other keywords, that is pretty good because that means every single keyword you have, he's getting more powerful. So I think he's pretty good. I'm actually going to put him ahead of this. So right now, this is what I have for the list so far. Let's move on. Next up, we have the HK-47. He's a ground unit. He's 2 resources. He has 2/4. And he is, when an enemy unit is defeated, deal 1 damage to his controller base. I'm going to tell you all this right now. A 2/4 for 2 resources that does damage when something is defeated, and it doesn't say 1 time, it doesn't say when this unit kills something. It's whenever an enemy unit is defeated, you're going to do 1 damage to the base. HK-47 I think is very good for a 2-drop. He's actually pretty busted because if you're having some way that you can control your opponent, let's say you went first, you're somehow going red vigilance, you drop him, you take initiative, you had power to the dark side, you kill something on their side, now he's going to do 1 damage, you go into the base, do another 2 damage. I tell you this, Kylo, mono red Kylo would definitely like somebody like them, just because he's just a threat. I think he's pretty good. We're gonna move him up there. I think he's gonna be, for any aggro decks, you're gonna want this. Any aggression decks that you're playing villainy, I think he's an auto include. I don't see any reason why you would not have this card in the deck. For a 2-drop, he's just extremely powerful. Next up, we have the Grand Inquisitor. He's a 3-cost ground unit. Aspects are, we have aggression and villainy. He's a 3/4. He has hidden, raid 1, and then he pumps other Inquisitors and gives them hidden. He's a 3/4 again. Hidden's an interesting mechanic that's been introduced into the game. I think it's pretty good. Just prevents them from dying when you play them, but nothing prevents them from dying the next turn, right? The way you can kill them is only with some type of event, something that does damage, like a open fire, daring raid, etc. Minus, right? That's the only way you can kill something with hidden. He gets raid 1, so for when attacking, he's a 4/4 for 3 resources. It's not bad. It's about 8 points of stats, and then you get the hidden keyword, so he can't get killed when you from attack combat damage, and he buffs other units. So this is kind of something you would use during, if you're going aggression, you have a full hidden deck. I think he's good. His stats are pretty good. I think his keywords make him even stronger. But I don't think he's going to be like meta defining. I think he's very good. I don't think he's great. So I would have him probably just behind Anakin. I don't think he's better. Anakin's very, very good. We'll put him there. Let's go on to the next one. The next one, we have Shin Draling. He is a 8-cost aggression heroism ground unit. Has 5 attack and 6 defense, and it says, when played, you may play a lightsaber upgrade from your hand for free on this unit. If you do, ready him. So for 8 resources, yeah, he's kind of expensive. He's very expensive. Even let's say you have a 3-cost lightsaber on him, and you can put it on him, he becomes like an 8/9 or something, whatever. That's still not bad, but that means you have to be having a deck that revolves around upgrades. Then you play the upgrade on him, and then they do a disabling Fang Fighter, and they're like, well, there goes, you paid all your resources, and your upgrade's just defeated, or they did no good to me dead on you. He's too expensive. Even though the perk of having, you can play a lightsaber upgrade from your hand for free is good, and you can ready him, so it kind of gives him the ability to attack, but I think he's too much of a cost. He is way too expensive. I think he's more or less a niche type character, or a deck that's more niche. I haven't played him yet, so let me know what you guys are thinking here, because I just can't see it, y'all. I can't see him being part of this Padawan level, which is very niche, right? If it's like we may see is potentially outside the meta or near the meta that can use him, maybe, but I just can't see him actually being used. Next up, we have Bindu. He's an 8-cost ground unit. Just aspects are aggression, and he's a 10/10. And as an on attack, he does 3 damage to each other unit. Yeah, I think Bindu's super strong. Again, Bindu is one of the legendaries that I think is going to be very good with Han 2, because you can bring him out for cheaper, especially if Han 2's out. You get that discount, and I think he's very, very good. Now, outside of Han 2, you definitely have to play him with a ramp deck to help get to that point. You're going to need to build some type of mid-range, soft control deck, and then bring out the units and kill. If this is going to be like a meta that's very aggro-ish, you probably might not get to it. unless you can somehow stabilize. Because of that, I think Bindu is good. I just don't think he's great. I think he's better than these leaders up here. I mean, these legendaries. We might have to revisit some of these because I think I might have to um, drop this down slightly, and we go from there. But yeah, let's move on. Next on, we have Marcion Rowe. He's a 6-cost ground unit. He's a 6/7. Each friendly unit's raid is doubled. That's a very powerful keyword, but you do have to now build a raid deck. The downside about raid is that you only get that buff when you attack. That means your opponent, if they have units that have a little bit uh, larger defense, they can easily kill your unit and them not die. They can actually also wipe them out because usually raid units have a little bit. Their defense is all right. But we did see the new Ara Singh. She has the raid. She does raid 2, I think, so she hits for 3. So if she can hit for +2 more for 5, that's a lot. Cad Bane definitely is going to want this card in his deck because Cad Bane also has raid. Cad Bane has raid 2. So he would actually love this card, and he can attack harder. For a 6-drop, now you're kind of going into the. We actually don't have a 6-drop in the Cad Bane deck. You usually have a Forlom Zuckuss, and then you go into Cad Bane. So your 6-drop could have been the Ruthless Raiders, which is also a very solid chip. Could you add a 1 or 2 of this in there? Yeah, maybe drop Zuckuss. Maybe Zuckuss, I think, stays to 3. We'll talk about him soon. I think this is good. Again, I think he's mostly going to be good for any Underworld decks. And at the moment, Underworld right now is really limited to Cad Bane or any cunning villainy. So I'm going to have to drop him in the next tier here. I do think he is better than the Mythosaur. So this is what we're looking at. All right. Next up, we have Qui-Gon Jinn. He's a 7/5 ground unit. Aspects are cunning and heroism. He has ambush, and it says when defeated, you may choose a non-leader ground unit. Its owner puts it on the top or bottom of the deck. I think Qui-Gon Jinn is very good. I think if you go with the Qui-Gon Jinn leader as well, I think you got some magic going there. He is 7 costs. He's a little expensive, little bit expensive. Okay, so Aaron says, I think your order is right on, but Anakin and Inquisitor are way better than the other knight. Maybe they could be master tier. Yeah, you might be right, Aaron. I'm just kind of feeling it out because right now, as I'm adding the cards, you can start saying, oh well, yeah, these cards are definitely better. I think I am gonna bump up Anakin after seeing that tier, because I've been playing with Anakin. And most of the time, I've only got the -3 on him. But I could see Dex getting the 2 -3 for the heroism. And then he's really powerful. He just busted at that point. I am going to move him up for sure. Let me go back here for Qui-Gon Jinn. I'm indifferent because I feel like Qui-Gon Jinn can be up here in the highest tier. But I also think Qui-Gon Jinn could be like right here at the number 1 spot of this one. I haven't had much practice with Qui-Gon Jinn quite yet, but his ability is very powerful because you can, anything that's big and you can get it out of the opponent's hand, and it doesn't even go to their hand, it goes to their deck. That's where I think he jumps up. So like, it doesn't matter what you play against him. If he dies, you can get rid of something very powerful out of the opponent's board. So I'm gonna jump Qui-Gon up here. I'm actually gonna move Anakin ahead of HK47 because I think he's better than that. I think Qui-Gon's better than HK47, and the Grand Inquisitor, he might be. I'm gonna move Grand Inquisitor up. Okay, we're gonna leave these here. I think this is where we're at right now. All right, Let me move on to Zuckuss. We have a 5 cost ground unit. He's a 4/7 double cunning. He's Force Bounty Hunter, and on attack, name a card, then discard a top card of the defending player's deck. If a card with that name is discarded, this unit gets +4 for this attack. So, as a Cad Bane player, you really don't play double yellow. And I guess I played a lot of Cad Bane. So that means to play the Zuckuss, you're looking at 7 costs now, if you're not playing double yellow. So for 7 costs, you're either going to play Zuckuss or you're going to play the Cad Bane unit. Right now, I think the Cad Bane unit is better than Zuckuss. There's no real way in the Cad Bane deck at the moment that allows you to see that opponent's card. Maybe this could be a sideboard option, so people that kind of show they have to reveal the top card. Maybe that would work. Maybe if you happen to know the matchup, maybe that might be better. I think Zuckuss is good. I don't see Zuckuss being up in the top. I don't see him, especially I'd rather play Cad Bane. Cad Bane captures stuff and he hits harder and just gets rid of threats. Sure, he can hit harder if you guess the card correctly, but it's too hard. I think it's too hard unless you happen to know how to figure out how to find that unit. I'm gonna have to put Zuckuss. Oh, he's very niche. I'm gonna have to drop him down to here at the Padawan tier because he's so niche. I just can't see how current Cad Bane would use him. But again, I love Cad Bane, so these aren't final. We're gonna keep going through them, right? So let's go. The next one is the Legacy run. This is a 5 cost space unit. Aspects just cunning. It's a 3/3. It says when defeated, deal 6 damage divided among enemy units. For 5 resources, he's very underpowered. For 5 resources, I want to see about 12 points of stats, roughly 11 to 12. He's at 6, so 3/3. But the when defeated gives him about 6 points of damage, so that you can say that puts him around that 12 marker. But I don't know, y'all. I think the Legacy run is too expensive. I'm trying to think of a deck today that would use this, and I cannot think of any deck that I would put this over anything else. I think, again, 6 damage is great. It's a great way to pseudo clear the field, but the unit has to die. It can die easily because it only has 3 resources, but for 5 resources, I think I would rather play a different space unit. I played the Cunning Vader. I don't see why I would run this ship. I'm trying to think of Han Green or Han Yellow, Quinlan, all the meta decks. I don't see them running this deck, using this unit for anything. So I'm gonna drop him down to this tier. Actually, I'm gonna drop him down to this tier. I think he's better than this one. I don't think this card is any good. I love the defeated ability, but for 5 resources, I don't know if that's something you would do. Let's move on. Okay, next up we have Darth Malik. We all know who this is. It's a 5 cost ground unit. He's a 4/7. He has Overwhelm, and it says when played, if you control a Sith leader, you may ready this unit. This guy is pretty straightforward. He's definitely going to be going with Revan. Revan is going to be one way that you can get him ready. Now there's not that many other Sith leaders, so he's very tied to Revan. I actually have not played Darth Malik yet. That's one of the next decks that I'll be building. Will be probably like a Revan deck. But he's so niche to Sith leader. That's why you cannot put him to in the highest rank. When you have like a limitation like that, to me, that's how you know you can't make him that. He can't be higher than this Jedi Knight tier. So I'll put him there. I might swap these around here, but we'll leave this down. All right. Next up, we have is Grogu. He's a 3-cost heroism unit. Has 1 attack and 6 defense. He has hidden, and it says action heal up to 2 damage from a unit. If you do, deal that much damage to unit. I think Grogu is super good. I think when we did the spoiler review on him, I did a smash. And I still think he's a smash card. For 3 cost, you can't kill him. You can heal up. You can do damage. You throw on a lightsaber on this little dude, he's gonna be scary. He's a force unit, so it opens up force throw. Grogu is very, very good. It's an easy way to heal damage. I do see Grogu being used. I think Grogu is just fire. Yeah, it's Turbo Time says he's fire. Yeah, I think Quinlan, you're gonna want Grogu in that deck. Like, it's like it just opens up your force throw, right? And everyone's talking about it, right? Force throw needs to be banned, right? It's gonna be too powerful. Yeah, I mean, this whole set is force based, so if you run red, you auto include force throw. Hey, even if you're running a more of a soft control deck, you might still run in force throw just to pay the extra fee, just to knock something out. Grogu is very, very good, very good. So I do see him definitely going to be used in the game. And I want to see. I haven't seen any deck lists to actually have him, but I could see right off the rip Quinlan. If I'm gonna be making changes to Quinlan Tarkentown, I will be adding in Grogu. I'll be adding in Quinlan Voss. I'll be adding Asajj. I think those 3 cards. Now you have a lot more force package because now you have the Ahsoka in there. You got Plo Koon. You have a good amount of force units now. So force throw is even powerful in that deck. So I do think Grogu he's a beast. He's fire. Next up, we have the Father. He's an 8-cost ground unit. He's 5 attack and 10 defense. Trait is force. It says when you use the force, you may deal 1 damage to the unit. If you do, the force is with you, which means you can create the force. Um, so this was spoiled, I guess, when they revealed the rest of the set. I don't think he's good. I don't see in any way you would want to pay 8 resources to play this dude. Like, I'm sorry, I don't see why you would use him. Like, why would you want to damage yourself to create the first token? Maybe so you can play something else that requires the force. Yeah, I don't think he's a good legendary at all. He's gonna go down here. Sorry. I just can't see how you would use him. For 8 resources, I mean, I would just use Snoke. I would use something else than this guy. I just can't see it. I can't see it, y'all. All right, let's go on to the next one. We have the constructed lightsaber. This is a 3-cost upgrade. It says attached to a force unit, so it has to be force. If it's attached to a heroism unit, it gets restored 2. If it's attached to a villainy unit, it gets raid 2. And if it's attached to neither, meaning it's a neutral, like, I don't know, the Father, it gains Sentinel, and it gives you +2/+3. For 3 costs upgrade, it's a 2/3. It's not that bad. I'm just thinking Fallen Lightsaber is a 3/3, and you can attach it to anything, and you can give it, if you attach it to a Jedi or a Force unit, it does 1 to all ground units. So comparing this lightsaber to Fallen Lightsaber, I rather use Fallen Lightsaber. But I think if you really need restore, this is where it comes in handy, I guess. But it's okay, I guess. I mean, if you're running the new Kylo leader, you're probably going to discard this, and when you flip him, you're going to put all the upgrades on him, and maybe you're going to want a constructed lightsaber. You might want a Fallen Lightsaber or Kylo's lightsaber. I can see you can using him in his deck. I don't think it's bad that you can attach it to, you have to attach a force unit, but the conditionals, whether it's villainy or heroism, I don't think it's it's not that great. I think Fallen Lightsaber is a better lightsaber in my opinion, because a 3/3 with on attack does one to all ground units. So if opponent's going wide, you attack with Fallen Lightsaber, you're just damaging everything on the floor and then hit the base. Um, I don't think it's going to be like a meta defining thing. I think I would say initially it might be up in the Jedi Knight tier, which is like, I think it's good, but it's not great. Okay. And that's all the cards. We already have Lay up there. For some reason, this got double uploaded. But let me kind of walk through this, right? I think everybody in this chat can say Darth Vader is hands down the best legendary in the game. If you disagree with me, can you say something in the chat? I'm very curious to hear your response if you don't think so. I think everyone's gonna get wanted play sets of Vaders, and he's gonna be the most expensive legendary. So be prepared to pay like $40-50 for him. Well, let's say 35 to 40 for regular. If you're trying to go hyperspace foil, he's gonna be like $60. So, I do think Anakin on this list is probably the second strongest in this list. He's very powerful. Qui-Gon, I would say, runs in third. I put Grogu in front of HK-47. He's just a good cost for a 2-cost legendary, 2/4, and it does damage every time a unit gets defeated. You can do 1 base damage. I think he goes there. Grand Inquisitor, I think is, to me, they're same. No, I'll move Grand Inquisitor up. Jesus, Poggle greater than Vader. I don't know about that, man. Let's see here. We have Bindu at the Jedi Knight tier. So Jedi Knight tier, guys, if you're joining him, didn't get the rules. This is Master Jedi tier is the meta defining. This is like what we're going to be seeing in the meta. Jedi Knight tier is like, these legendaries are good, but they might be niche to certain leaders or certain archetypes, or even certain traits or synergies that you might be building a deck around. Like you will see them, but you might not see them winning top meta or being the top meta decks. We don't know. This is all my guess, right? So I think Bindu, again, he's very good. I think he synergizes very well with Hantu, because you can bring him out at a discount. If somehow you have Hantu that has that one unit that gives creatures a discount, then he can bring them out cheaper. I see Hantu maybe being like a creature type deck personally. I haven't even tried attempted to build it. That's just what I'm thinking off the top of my head. The Mr. Rowe here, forgot his full name. Let's look him up. Marcion Rowe. I think he is good, but for 6 resources, I don't see him. He's an Underworld. Yeah, everyone's gonna say, oh, Underworld, Cad Bane. But you don't have that much raid, so you would have to change Cad Bane to be more of a raid deck. Now, Cad Bane Leader has raid. The new Aura has raid. So I think he goes in a Cad Bane deck. But outside a Cad Bane deck, I don't see what leader you would use. You would want a raid leader. Maybe the new Grand Inquisitor can probably take advantage of raid units since it's yellow and you do something else. Or old Grand Inquisitor, the blue one, he might be good because there's a couple of raid units that are on there. So if this guy can double the rage, like Clan Challengers, there are 3/6 that has raid 3, so they hit for 6. Well, if they can get raid 6, that means they're going to hit for 9. So with Grand Inquisitor, if you have him out, you attack with Clan Challengers, tap Grand Inquisitor, attack with Clan Challengers, deploy Grand Inquisitor, attack with Grand Inquisitor, damage the Clan Challengers, and attack again. So that's 3 potential attacks of 9 times 3 is 27 with Grand Inquisitor. So you can probably do something there, but again, you would have to build a raid deck. around a leader. And I think OG Grand Inquisitor might help there. I'm just other than that, I'm struggling to hear what other leader might be good this card. So that's why I'm gonna have to put. I think his ability is powerful. I just don't know many decks that would many leaders that will leverage him or what decks would actually use him. Mythosaur, again, he's a 10/10 shielded, 9 resources, and you can exhaust or return. I think that's super powerful. But again, for this cost at this price level, that's I feel it's like a little bit of a win more card because by the time you drop him, you probably have clearly won the game. He comes in shielded, and then you can just claim and attack, and you might win. And they can't exhaust him, they can't return him. You're just gonna win. Okay. Mr. Oppo, he's actually not bad. He's a 3/5, but he basically gets all the keywords in the game. So he's just a clone. And I think that's actually not bad. As we were talking about, this guy, and you have him, he gets raid and gets doubled. So how would that work together? That might be pretty cool. So I have him here. Leia Organa, again, she's a space unit, but you really have to use the Force to kind of buff your ground. So I think that's a good for it. Cost is a little expensive. You can't ready her, so you literally can only deploy her to the ground if she's in, and then you can ready her after that. Then she buffs. I think she plays a little slowly. So now that I think about it, is like you play her, then you use the Force and move her to the ground, then you attack. Then next turn, I think that's a little slow. I'm gonna move her towards the back here. I am going to put up Opus in front of the Mythosaur because I think Mythosaur is just a win more card. Yoda, for those that can't see, I know the tier maker is small. It's an 8 cost. I think he's great when you play him because it gives you a chance to heal. And when you use the Force, you can do damage to equal to twice the number of units you control. I think that's a very powerful. Most of the time, I would move him down on this tier. But because he's green, we know green ramps, okay? And because of ramp, getting to 8 resources is a little bit easier. But the more I think about it, I think I would move him towards the back of this tier. I would probably put him back here. Darth Malik, I think he's pretty straightforward. I think he's better than the Mythosaur, in my opinion. Is he better than Oppo? I would say so as well, because you're going to go Revan. I think we're going to see a lot of Revan in this game at the beginning. I don't even know if Revan's going to be... I don't think he's going to be a meta deck, in my opinion. He might be like just outside of it, where you can win in the local. You can probably win a showdown. Will he win Worlds or a PQ or a regional? At this moment, I don't think so. I don't think so. I do think he's right behind these guys. The constructed lightsaber, again, we just finished talking about that. This one's interesting because I think it's going to be better than the Mythosaur, but I don't think it's better than Oporances. And I think we're good here. I'm actually going to slide Yoda down one, guys. I think his cost is just too expensive. It's going to be a very niche deck to have him in there. So I'm going to slide him down one. We have Zuckuss again. Zuckuss is a double cunning card. It's a 4/7, and then on attack, if you can guess the right card, you can buff him +4. But for 7 resources, since most Cad Banes don't run double yellow, you're going to pay 7 resources. Otherwise, if you do have double yellow, he's 5. I can't see him being that good. I'd rather use old Zuckuss and have Forlom out there, and he comes out and he's a 7/7, but he only costs 5 resources if Forlom buffs him, right? I think the ability is powerful, but I don't see much decks that will leverage how to look at the opponent's top card of their deck, so you can make sure you call out the right one. Maybe you have to go with OG Thrawn and know what he's calling. So you're going to do that Thrawn was yellow. So if you can come up with a double yellow Thrawn deck, then I think he's very good. But then now you're very niche down to 1 liter, and that's where I say that's where I feel he slides out. Because if you're niche down to 1 liter, I don't think you're gonna be that. I don't think it's that great. Always two. Again, this just allows you to pick 2 Sith units at what you call it, experience tokens, and then kill the rest. I don't think it's that good. For 4 resources, I'd rather use 4 resources for something else. I'd rather play another unit, play a 3 and a 1 drop or a 4 cost, or I just don't see it providing too much value. Because the time you have 2 actual Sith units and you have the resources to pay, you're just, to me, is a win more card. It doesn't provide much value in my opinion, and you got to wipe out your own units. I'm gonna leave him in that Padawan tier. I think it's very, very niche. I don't think we're gonna see that card much. And then lastly, we have Mr. Shin Dralag. He's 8 costs, 5/6, and you can play a lightsaber when you play him. You get to play him. You can play the lightsaber for free and ready him. But for 8 resources, too expensive. I'd rather play Bendu for 8 resources. If you're running Mythosaur and Han2, I just think the time you want to ready him with the lightsaber, I mean, the game might be over for you. I mean, sure, you get to put a lightsaber for free and ready him, but the best lightsaber I think does 4 damage and 1 defense, and I think that's a villainy lightsaber. So I'm gonna leave him here. I don't think he's that good at all. And then on the Scruffy-Looking Nerf herder tier, we got Legacy Row. I just don't see any space using it. You're gonna pay 5 resources for a 3/3. Sure, when it dies, it does 6 damage, and you can choose divided the way you want. So it's a pseudo board clear, not always guaranteed. I just don't think for 5 resources too much. I rather for 5 resources, I'll pay Overwhelming Barrage, and I can probably, if I have a 4 power unit, there I'm doing 6 damage. Like, I just don't see why that's good. And Supremacy, I don't think no one's gonna use that card. Come on, 12 resources. Like, I get, oh, Piet. Yeah, okay, Piet gives you a discount too. You're still gonna pay 10. Like, why would you? I don't see it. Piet's gonna have, sure, you have a couple ships. For 10 resources, I'd rather drop Devastator and blow up whatever your biggest threatening unit. Take initiative. If you still have a crazy board and I happen to draw into Overwhelming Barrage, well, guess what? I'm gonna do 12 and I'm gonna wipe your board, and then I for sure win. I just don't see Supremacy being used at all. I'm sure he buffs everything, but I don't think is a good legendary. And then the father, he's a 5/10 for 8. When you use the force, you could deal 1 damage to him and then make the force. I don't think that's good. I don't think the force is that good at the moment, but I don't know. We're barely got all the cards. They've barely been uploaded to the Star Wars database, I think on Friday, and Carabas is implementing some of the cards. There's still a handful of cards still not being implemented yet. I just don't see the force being that powerful that you would auto include the father. I think the father is a bad card. It's a bad legendary. Of the legendaries up at the top, I think these will be the most expensive legendaries. I do have Vader as being the most expensive, about $35. I think Anakin's probably gonna run you around like a $20 legendary. So is Qui-Gon. Grogu is probably gonna be around 15. Grand Inquisitor, I would say 15, and HK is probably like 10. All of these, I think you're going to be looking around anywhere from $6 to $10, and then these guys are going to be, these legendaries at the bottom are going to be like $2 if they're not going to be good. These are the legendaries I don't want to pull, these guys at the bottom. I am also, I wouldn't be mad at pulling some of these, but again, some of these legendaries, I just don't think they're good. I would be very happy to pull playsets of these, because these are probably going to be very, very much used. Like, Bindu, Mythosaur, they very remind me of Crate Dragon. Crate Dragon is very good, but you don't see him in many decks. So that's why these guys are around that same level, in my opinion. But yeah, that is what we're considering the ranking. If you think I'm wrong, let me know in the chat. If you think I messed up something, let me know in the comments. Whatever. I would love to hear your feedback. Now, I do want to move on to one other thing. So I actually been practicing, actually been trying out uh, some of the new Legends of the Force cards, and I want to share that deck here real quickly. I do also have it. I'll have it in the. I'll put it in the chat right now if you want to bookmark it or try it out. So I went ahead and made an update to the Kira Data Vault and added in some of the new cards in the set. So what we're doing, the sideboard treatment is exactly the same, but some of the stuff I added in was it's turbo time. Says if I don't pull Vader, I'll be going to your card again. Hey man, I've been lucky with Vaders. I'm not gonna be. I'm not lying. I've pulled so many Vaders across all of the sets. So if I have extras, I'll definitely throw them up on my shop. Um, Jesus says card will be better as they cycle out. Yeah, as cards cycle out, especially once we hit rotation when set 7 drops. I think a lot of the cards from 4, 5, and 6 are going to be extremely powerful. But so you're absolutely right, Jesus. But yeah, so let me run through this deck. So honestly, this deck has been built around Kira and mainly using the new Vader. Okay, so again, this is everyone's seen Kira. Everyone's known Kira's been winning. I don't think the Force at the moment's that powerful. It costs. Almost think of it. I consider almost half a resource, and it's slower because you have to generate the Force. So what I ended up doing is I ended up doing some tweaking to the existing Kira Data Vault deck, and we added the 3 new Darth Vader units. We added the new Anakin unit in here, and we dropped the Devastating Gunstep down to 2. Usually he runs 3. And then we added the new Count Darth Tyrannus. I was going to say Count Dooku. And then I added Timely Intervention, right? We want Timely Intervention to ambush out with Darth Vader. I might be looking at an option to how this would work with ECL, but then we have to get rid of 10 cards. And lastly, I added this Agobodo. I'm telling you right now, this guy's a 5/5 for 3, and you could only attack when he has damage. But guess what? With Kira, you can easily do damage, or with Dr. Pershing, you can do damage with him. So I found him dropping Dr. Pershing round 1, and then dropping him round 2, which is your 3 resource turn. You put the damage on him, and then you draw your card from Dr. Pershing, and then your resource turn 4, he can swing in and do 5 damage to base. I think I played an opponent that he did 15 damage until he was able to answer to this guy on a rare base at 25 house. So this guy almost killed the opponent. He's very niche. He's only good at the beginning. Outside of the beginning, he sucks. I'm gonna tell you all that. But I do like him pairing with Dr. Pershing and him. I have the Darth Tyrannus, but I'm thinking about taking him out. He's I feel for the 4 resources, I can probably bring in something else. I haven't seen much value out of him at the 4 drop, so I might be just taking him out and increasing some of my other cards, like maybe Anakin to a 3. Maybe bring this one up to 3. I'm just not seeing it honestly with Darth Tyrannus. So let me put this deck in the chat in case people want it. I am modifying it as we go. So here. So I went ahead and hit it in the chat. Let me know if you guys see it. But feel free to try it out. Let me know your thoughts. This is going to be a work in process. I'm going to be trying out. So every time I start a new set, I kind of pick the existing leaders and then look at, or the existing meta leaders. And then I kind of look at, okay, what cards will be good from the new set and start playing like that. And the reason being is that, guys, Sabine ECL has been good since set one, right? We're 4 sets in. She's been good every single set. So not taking her into this set to see how can you make her better, to me is crazy. She's been good for 4 sets. Will she not be good for a fifth set? I would say highly unlikely. So that's how I'm starting off. I'm starting off with Kira. I'll be pivoting over to maybe chessing out Cad Bane, and then probably look at the new Kylo, new Revan leader. But I just want to go ahead and show you guys this deck. Go ahead and try it out. If you're new to the Discord, I'll have it in there as well. There's a Discord link. If you want a Discord, all of my videos in my description has a Discord channel to the link. And also, if you happen to join late, I do want to announce that I am going to do a special giveaway. I'm trying to get to unlock a milestone on YouTube. And that milestone is going to be very specific to, I could be getting it here in the next month or two. But since to celebrate that milestone, a lucky winner is going to be getting a special card from me. Okay. And the only thing you have to do is subscribe to the channel. And when I hit that milestone, I'll be doing a live stream and we'll be giving away this card. Boom. Let me move this over. All right. Since we're in a force-based meta coming up, a force-based set, the winner of my giveaway will win this Obi-Wan card. This is a promo card exclusive to promo prize for sector qualifier. I got this in Denver. So when I hit that milestone, I will let everybody know in the community post, and then the following stream we'll be doing the giveaway, and I'll have a big old wheel and spin it, and whoever wins, I'm gonna message them and I'll be sending them this card. This is just as a thank you for everyone that has subscribed to the channel and helping me reach all my milestones to the YouTube. And I really appreciate it. So you will win this card. So if you want to win this card, subscribe. If you have friends that are play the game, tell them, send them my way and subscribe. We're just trying to unlock one milestone so I could unlock the rest of the features for my YouTube channel. So again, that's just reaching my arrows goal. It might happen this month, it might happen next month, but for every person watching videos, watching my long form, we're going to get there one hour at a time. So anyways, I want to thank you for your guys' time. I appreciate it. On Thursday, we'll be looking at some of the rares and ranking them all. And then we'll probably even test out this Kira deck afterwards. But anyways, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. May the force be with you. You guys, peace. Have a good night.